watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's another night of great racing in the TNR series on the Ghostfire Media Network. I'm Randy Pepper alongside Nick Adams on this beautiful Tuesday night. And this is Talladega, baby. This is Talladega. This is going to be a fun night. We're going to see lots of drafting, lots of other stuff, chaotic racing at its best. And Nick, welcome back, my friend. I hope you're feeling good.
Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better, Randy. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I can actually talk this week, so that's a positive thing. But I'm excited. We're here at the Talladega Superspeedway, the World Center, the original place for high-speed racing like this, Randy Pepper. The place that you apparently almost could have owned a piece of. Is that what you told me way back in the day?
I did tell you that. Yeah, my dad was offered a piece of some stock in this particular NASCAR entity, and he said, no, I'll decline because I think this is just a redneck sport and I'm never going to.
Yeah, millions and millions and millions of dollars later, Randy Pepper is still not a millionaire, and his father didn't take the stocks in NASCAR.
No, he did not. No. That was a bad move. I think he should have taken that. Definitely taking them up on their offer. But, oh well, it is what it is.
It very much so is. But Randy Pepper, we want to congratulate for last week. We want to congratulate our winner, Wyatt Brackett, last night. Last Tuesday. Eric Schaefer and Brady Cox both won the stages. And a really, really good race last week. We were unable to stream it just because I was out of commission, and Randy Pepper, well, he's not me.
Well, no, I don't have all the stuff that you have.
You I'm
just a broadcaster.
Yes, you definitely are just a broadcaster.
That's all I do. I'm just a broadcaster.
Now, that's nothing against you, Randall.
I was doing this when you weren't even alive.
Okay. Date yourself some more. Randy, you know what we have tonight? Big friggin' spoilers. I hate them.
Why?
I hate these spoilers on these cars. I think they should knock the spoiler down a little bit, let these things get a little bit more wild and free out there.
Yeah, I would definitely make some things a little bit more interesting for sure if the cars were a little bit looser and you had to actually fight to drive these things. But we don't have that luxury.
We do not. And this is our qualifying beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Our qualifying here at Talladega Superspeedway this evening. Let's see who's going to jump out there first. Currently, nobody's on track.
I think some of the guys are actually going to wait a little bit. Maybe see if the track actually cools down a little bit. Well, we see one car going out.
The 11 of Scott Phelps is out there. The 79 of Jacob Denson. The 62 of Stephen Ayers. The 28 of Charlie Harcum. The 15 of Matt Grenier. The 10 of Wyatt Brackett, last week's winner. Ken MacArthur in the 97. All of these guys out there for their first lap around. Now you're going to see these guys run the wall their first time around to get as much speed as they can as they take the longest path around the racetrack. Their second lap, you're going to see them dive to the bottom and run that yellow line. They want that first lap to take as long as possible so they're at their top speed. Randy,
you want to try to get everything you can out of there.
I think, honestly, on your first lap, you'll be lucky if you get up to about 178, 179 by yourself. And on that second lap, you might get up to 181, 182, depending on how well these cars are tuned out and how tapered off they are.
We'll watch and see. We'll just have to wait and see who's going to be the fastest tonight.
Stephen Ayers taking a different strategy on his first lap. He's taking the yellow line all the way around. You see some of these guys taking that high line, some of them taking the bottom lane. Stephen Ayers up to 177 by himself. The top speed we've seen so far by themselves is 183. That comes from Scott Phelps in the 11. We'll keep an eye on him. The drone cam makes its return tonight. The Guitar Addict drone cam back here this evening at the Talladega Superspeedway. We didn't bring it to Milwaukee 2 weeks ago when we raced. And last week, the Guitar Addict drone cam was willing to be up in the air, but we were unfortunately unable to put it out because we were unable to make the event.
That was unfortunate. But, oh well, it's back tonight. Good to have it back in the air. And it always gives us a great point of view.
It really does. It gives us a whole different viewpoint of what you're going to see on the racetrack throughout the evening, and it'll really help us with these cars as you continue to see people do crazy things here at Talladega, as they always do, and they always will. I mean, you keep an eye on Stephen Ayers, who currently sits in fourth. He comes through 3 and 4 for his third and final time on the end of his second lap. He's going to be across that yellow line, slide his way up about a lane and a half up off the racetrack, get himself that perfect angle to go through the tri-oval with the left sides on the yellow line. I think he put him down a little bit too far. That probably slowed him down a bit. The exit of the tri-oval, he falls to 7th, and he's not going to improve. Ken MacArthur throws himself up on provisional pole. Scott Phelps provisionally 2nd. Jacob Denson 3rd. Wyatt Brackett 4th. Wyatt Brackett locking him up on the front stretch. Kip Easley provisionally in 5th. He's doing his second lap, the Miller Lite Chevy Camaro. That's weird to say, seeing Miller Lite on the 8 car.
Yeah, that is very strange looking.
I've seen some crazy things, but back in the day when the beer wars were a real thing and it was constant, you would never see Dale Jr. anywhere near a white and blue paint scheme. Even if it was a Budweiser car, they wouldn't make it white and blue.
No, there's no way.
Kip Easley trying to get the pole. That might slow him down a little bit too much going on the apron. We'll see. 54.07, not going to improve. He goes to a 54.13 on his second lap. So unable to improve there. We take a look at the Claritin machine. Look at that. That's Carl Edwards, man. That really is. That brings back memories. The old 99 Claritin machine.
I forgot all about this car.
My goodness, great. That is old. Wow. Remember when Carl used to have Claritin on the car? That is a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Like I said, I had totally forgot about this paint scheme.
That's when he was really young.
Yeah. Yeah, it was shortly after he moved pretty much on the trucks.
Because he had, he had Scott's. I remember Scott's. Then he had the red and black. What the hell was that red and black car? Because Tony had Old Spice. And Carl had Claritin and Cheez-Its and Subway. And what else did he have? He had another one.
He had one other one, yeah.
He had something else, too. It was red and black. Now I got to go on J-Ski. Hold on.
So where you find all your paint schemes?
I do. That's how I find out. Like, if the ones I don't know about, that's how I find out. See if I can find the number 99. Carl Edwards.
Schaefer's lap was 11th.
Carl Edwards. Cup Series. Let's see. Paint schemes.
Arthur still is on the top of the leaderboard right now.
I'm going to say this was 2007. I'm going to say it was about 2007. Office Depot.
Yes, it was Office Depot. That's right, it was.
Office Depot then went to Tony.
And it went to Tony. Yeah, Tony had it.
So Carl had it before Tony was fighting him for the championship, and then Tony had it when he was fighting for the title. Do you remember the Lumber Liquidators machine that Carl Edwards drove at New Hampshire?
I do not remember that one.
Remember the Red Sox car he drove?
I do remember that one because that was when the deal came about.
Roush Fenway Racing.
Fenway Racing, yeah, when Fenway became part of the team.
I can't stand anything about that ownership group, but we won't talk about them. They annoy me more than the Bruins ownership group does sometimes, but I digress. But yeah, Carl Edwards way back in there. See, I knew what I was talking about. I knew he had a red and black car.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yeah, that was for a short time, and then because I don't associate with Carl as much as I do Tony, because Tony definitely brought it to the prominent.
I forgot Carl had a Pennzoil car and the Roundup car and the Scott's machine. I
remember the Roundup at the Scott's car.
Carl Edwards, my goodness, the paint schemes he actually had. Holy crap! I'm looking.
Actually, he had the Scotts and the Scotts actually brought over from when he ran that actually in the truck.
Yeah, he also had the AAA car when Mark Martin retired.
Mark Martin went away. Yeah, I do remember that.
My goodness, Carl. I mean, I know we're getting off track here. We're here in qualifying. Yeah, Mike Newbra puts it in fourth. We're right here. We're watching the 51 of Ray Rogers as he gets wound up here in qualifying. But yeah, I mean, Randy, it's crazy the tiny little things that will make you remember things. Oh yeah, definitely. It's just kind of like a song. Some of these cars are just kind of like a song. You hear a song and it brings back a memory, triggers a girl or just some place you were actually at. You remember the Super Chips Ford F-150? No, I do not. Super Chips. That was Carl Edwards. I remember that now. We were talking about Carl and the trucks. Super Chips. I don't know. Superchips.com. I don't remember what it was about. I remember when Carl had a completely white and blue truck. It was completely white and just had blue numbers. No sponsor at all. My God, I'm just looking at all the old Carl Edwards paint schemes. Do you remember when he had Aflac? Yes, I do remember that. That was, well, I definitely, because my buddy Sam Bass used to love that paint scheme. He actually did a really cool painting of Carl jumping off the top of his car, doing the backflip with the Aflac bird flying right over the top of him. Or the Ortho Home Defense ones. Remember that one, yeah. My God, definitely. Carl Edwards had some pretty cool paint schemes. Yeah, he did. You think Rogers, man, moves all the way up to second. He does. That was a quick lap. That was a very quick lap by the 51. Yeah. That was impressive. That was really impressive. I was not expecting that, but he really brought it around the track. You know what brings me back? And Reedy's up there at first in the 96. Austin Reedy up in first. You know what really brings me back is thinking about the haulers they used to have. Like that old Carl Edwards hauler. The Aflac hauler, that thing was beautiful. Oh, yeah. With the wings on the side, that thing was beautiful. Anyhow. Now most of the haulers now include a whole team. So inside the haulers, they'll have 4 or 5 different drivers, or 3, 4 drivers. Yeah, they don't stop anymore. They just drive through the night now. Yeah, and it's just like, that's it. They don't incorporate just one driver. On some of these haulers. It is just a team. So that's going to wrap it up. And Reedy comes up and actually gets the pole. Yeah, Austin Reedy's going to take the pole tonight. 100 laps here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Randall, Do you want me to tell you about the stages?
Yes, tell me all about the stages, because I'm always interested in that, 'cause I never know where I'm at.
Lap 25 will be the end of stage 1. Lap 50 will be the end of stage 2. And then we'll do a 50-lap shootout to the end of the event. It's December 6th here, 2022. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon here at Talladega, Alabama. 65 degrees, 30% humidity with a 14-mile-an-hour wind from the west-southwest. These drivers have 5 extra sets of tires. They have 100% fuel. And, Randy, the weather can vary pretty heavily here tonight as it's sitting on a 2.
Sitting on a what?
A 2.
A 2.
A 2.
Sitting on a 2.
A 2. Huh. Anyhow.
Does 3 not show up tonight?
Starting grid tonight. On pole, the number 96, Austin Reedy. In second, Ray Rogers. Third, Ken MacArthur. Fourth, Dylan Hastings. Fifth, Zach Wilson. Sixth, Kyle Benson. Seventh, Michael Newbra. Eighth, Joe Sanchez. Ninth, Tony Kivet. 10th, Scott Phelps. 11th, David Brackett. 12th, Jesse Prees. All the way back in row 7. In 13th and 14th, Jacob Denson and Wyatt Brackett. Row 8 going to be Chris Bishop and Tyler Murray. Row 9, Eric Schaefer and Dusty Applin. Row 10, Cody Kinsey and Brandon Banks. Row 11 is going to be Kip Easley and Charlie Harcum. Row 12 is going to be Jason Hastings and Richard Swaverly. Row 13 is going to be Dana Shepard and Kevin Delia. Row 14 is going to be Matt Grenier and Stephen Ayers Jr. Row 15 going to be Eric Stewart and Jeremy Banner. Back in row 16, Casey Soch. Row 16 will be Casey Soch and Brady Cox. Row 17, rounding up the field, will be James Kunkel. And rounding up the field in 34th will be Jeremy Gibbs.
Where's our buddy tonight?
Who's our buddy?
Our buddy that we brought over from the last league we were running.
Are you talking about Richard Swaverly?
Yes.
24th.
Oh.
He's right here.
There he is. The Tabasco car. How did I miss that?
Yeah, I can't.
One
solve
hot
that
driver.
issue. Yeah, that's it. You want to rephrase that?
One hot driver.
You want to
I'm saying
rephrase that?
No, I'm just, the car is Tabasco, so I'm giving him the hot tag tonight.
I'm not touching that one with a 25-foot pole. 25-foot pole. Not even a 10-foot. A 25-foot pole. Well, as we come down the backstretch here at the Talladega Superspeedway, we don't expect any pit stops through the first stage. No pit stops through the second stage. We might get a green flag pit stop if we stay green in the third stage because it's 50 laps long. Randy, I'm excited for this event here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. Always a fun, entertaining event here. The best racetrack on the calendar, in my opinion, especially in the last 5 years with the new amenities they've added, the remodeling they've done on the infield, what they've done to the grandstands, and especially what they've done here to our broadcast booth.
Yeah, they definitely did not spare any.
They put suede in here.
They did. It's kind of reminiscent of the old 1960s.
I don't know why there's suede in here, but you know what? I like it. Also, Randy Pepper, for those of you who are not big NASCAR fans, and this may be one of your first races, you're going to notice the start-finish line's not in the middle of the tri-oval. The start-finish line is way back here.
Way
Look
back
at how
there.
far away they are. If this was Daytona, we'd be going green right up now. But here at Talladega, we're waiting, and the green flag is away. And here we go at the Talladega Superspeedway off into turn 1.
A giant pack of cars make their way into turn number 1 with Reedy down low. He's got right behind him. It looks like the 97 of MacArthur. MacArthur has pulled right behind him with Wilson back there as well. And then behind the top 3, we've got several cars just side by side trying to make their way around it. Now we've got a 5-car breakaway. Now as that outside groove now is trying to get together with our outside pole sitter, Rogers, leading that outside groove, trying to make something happen. And it looks like most of the drivers now are trying to pull down to the bottom line, and they're trying to make a conga line before long. So this first lap, we've got about a 6-7 car breakaway with Reedy leading the field across the line for the first lap tonight.
They're all trying to relax here through turns 1 and 2. The top 4 on that inside lane, single file. Then you have that outside lane begins with the number 9, the 51, Ray Rogers. He's on the outside of the 17, and Zach Wilson as we go down the backstretch. He's trying to stay ahead, maybe get a little bit of a run this time. He's going to get a big push from the 7 off into 3 and 4. He's going to be side by side with the 97 for second. That outside lane starting to form, Randy Pepper. We got 10 cars behind him on the outside lane forming. You get the top 4 on that outside lane. You'll have an 8-car pack up on that outside lane once they get together, and they might be able to smooth on past, just drive right past these guys in the inside lane.
A lot of cars are wiggling around out here already. People are already dashing, looking around for different spots to get around, Nick. I think they're already thinking about their moves for later on in the race, but you see the battle for the lead now with Rogers just out by a nose as they come off of turn number 2 down to the back straightaway. Reedy and Rogers, the double R connection going down the back straightaway side by side. We've got a 2x2 battle all the way through basically the whole field now. Is side by side.
It's double file now through the entirety of this field as we come through turns 1 and 2. This is down the backstretch here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 3 and 4. No, wait, that was 3 and 4. We come down the front stretch. Here we go. Side by side throughout the entire pack. Richard Swaverly all the way out there on the outside by himself. The 51 not able to take the lead that time. The 96 will lead that lap. But Randy Pepper, we're back to exactly how this field started in the top 5 when the green flag flew right now.
Get back to where we started, but we're not going to stay there for long, I don't believe. I think some of these guys are going to look to try to get some maybe inside of maybe the outside groove, whatever. Actually, we've got two side by side, but I've got a feeling, I'm looking at that 55 car back there, Sanchez. Sanchez keeps peeking his car down there like he wants to go down in the middle and make this a 3-wide battle. I don't know if it can work, but for long, I think we might see a 3-way battle around here. And there he goes again, looking down to the inside. And that time, Hastings says, no, not this time, bud. I'm blocking it. So
look at this pack. This pack in the middle of the pack, they are just all over the place. Starting to jumble themselves around. Everybody's no longer straightforward, single file. Everybody's all over the place. We have a new leader in the 51 of Ray Rogers down the backstretch. Here comes the 7 of Dylan Hastings trying to make a move on the outside lane. He's got the 96 of Austin Reedy to the inside. They're side by side. 12, 13 cars hooked up on that outside lane. That 55 is giving the 7 a push off into 3 and 4. Can he make that run?
Push. He's giving him the whole tip, my friend.
Really was. He was giving him that whole nose. His nose was up his trumpet down the front stretch. A big push by the 96 to the 51. The 51 of Ray Rogers is going to lead lap number 5. Randy, if I didn't know any better, I would think this is the last lap of the race.
I agree with you, man. This is some crazy stuff. Wilson sticks his nose in the middle again, all by himself there in the middle. No one's going with him. But he's making a little ground on the inside of Jesse Prize. And now he's 3 wide. He's inside Sanchez. How is the 17
Oh, there it is. They're going to wreck.
Oh, no.
Big wreck in the middle of the pack. Here it is. This is going to be a huge one. Oh, my goodness. Early on, big calamity at the front of the pack. Oh, my goodness. Massive calamity. Massive calamity, Randy. Wow.
We saw it was going to happen. We just saw it. It looked like
it was coming.
For the last
lap. It was coming for the last 4 laps. I mean, we're only 6 laps in. I thought the race was about to end. My goodness gracious. Let's take a look and see exactly what in the heck happened here.
We know it had something to do with the 17 of Wilson because Wilson was all by himself, making ground by himself. Didn't have a lot of help, and then when it looked like Hastings had pulled down and he sucked up to the back of him. Let's see if that's what I saw.
I think the 7 pulls down.
Yep, exactly.
And he's going to go straight down to the end. They're 4 wide there for a second, and then Netcode gets involved. And look at this. It's just calamity. And oh, that's a big hit. Oh, that's 2 big hits for the 17.
Wilson paid for his mistake.
17. 2 big hits for the 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 17. 2 Wow. Let's take, folks, if you are a nervous person,
Squeamish.
you might want to look away because this one is going to hurt.
He's fine there.
Oh! Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Let's go on board the 17.
Yeah, let's see what his point of view was. What did he see that nobody else saw?
He sees a big gap. He says, I'm coming through. And he has room here, but the 7 just comes down a little bit, and that's the end of it. And then he's thinking, all right, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm all right, I'm all right. And then boom, and then and then hold on. Oh. My good. Oh, and he got hit again. Oh, and he got hit again. He's a pinball down there.
I'm actually shocked nobody went over on their roof.
Let's take a look at Dylan Hastings. Let's see what happened to the 7 here. Let's see what he felt. Take a look from his roof, looking back from the 7.
Looking back, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Here comes the 17 in the middle. Yeah, and then he comes up the track, and then he gets absolutely obliterated from behind. He's going to take a couple big hits here. There's one. I believe he comes down the track into number 2, maybe. No, he took 2 big hits. He didn't take too many, but he did take 2 big ones. That was a rough hit.
Yeah.
There's one other car that I want to take a look at and see what he felt, and that is the 15. Let's see if I can find him. Matt Grenier took a pretty big hit in this one as well. Let's go on board Matt Grenier.
And he was way, way back there.
He took a big hit in this, though. He was putting himself in the middle of the pack. He said, I want to come up there through the middle. I see it's working. I'm going to try it here in a moment. And then he sees this big wreck. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go low. I'm going to go low. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Boom.
Oh.
Boom. Oh.
Yeah. He got hit by that Voodoo Motorsports car.
That's one of those moments where your spotter is saying, stay low, stay low, stay low. Oh, crap.
Never mind.
Well, we're in it.
Let's. Hey, can we look at our buddy Richard Swavely? Because I think he drove through that.
You want to take a look at Richard Swaverly?
Let's look. Yeah, let's look at his in car and see what he saw.
Oh, he's all the way back here. He's sitting here going, I'm just going to relax, calm down, chill myself out back here. He's behind the 15. The 15 makes the fatal decision to go low. Richard stays high. Look at that. He gets a little loose on the brakes, but he just drives right through it.
Yeah, look at that. Nice
the
drive by Richard.
The seas parted for the number 32, and now that puts him up in 5th position.
Yeah.
Jeremy Banner did the same thing. Let's take a look at what Jeremy Banner saw on the outside there as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Jeremy Banner was on the outside of Richard Swaverly, 1 spot ahead of him when the wrecking began in front. And he made the decision to stay up on the top side of the racetrack. And it's helped him propel himself to 6th. You hear him get on the brakes hard. You see the car start getting squirrely.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm going to go up here. Oh, he tapped the wall a little.
Oh, he tapped the wall, though. He got a little bit of the wall.
That'll be all right. That's just a little bit of damage. It's not that big of a deal. Let's take a look and see if we can see anything here.
Fine.
See if we can see any damage. I mean, the right front's popped up a little bit. It actually might help him. It honestly might help him. The right fronts don't let a lot of air in these cars. I really think they should.
Well, the field is stacked up 2 by 2. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing with Sanchez leading the field with Murray on his outside. Phelps on the inside of row 2. Denson on the outside of him. Swavely and Banner on row 3. Applin and Hastings will make up row 4, and row 5 will be Easley and Knuckle. On this Tuesday night here in Talladega on the Ghostfire Media Network, Nick Adams alongside me, Randy Pepper. We've only done 9 laps. It seems like it's been a lot more laps than that, but it's actually only been 9 laps 100 will make up the lap distance tonight here. I wonder if cooler heads will prevail.
I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will. Sorry to tell you.
Nick is thinking the field has not learned their lesson quite yet.
Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. It's one of those. It's one of those things, right?
Adrenaline gets to you.
Talladega Superspeedway is one of those racetracks where you want to go all the time because you have the ability to. And it's one of those tracks where the people who don't win a lot have an opportunity to win, and they just want to be up front all the time. And I understand that because that feeling gets everybody. As we go back green flag racing here, you see the 16 of Tyler Murray, the Darrell Waltrip Special. Look at that car. Look at that thing.
Yeah, the old Gatorade car.
Oh, my God, I love it.
You know what? That's actually going back a little farther.
That's not the Darrell Waltrip Special.
No, I think that's the Bobby Allison
That
special.
is the Bobby Allison Special because of the way the numbers are framed.
Yes, exactly.
Because Darrell's weren't framed like that. That's the Bobby Allison Special. I love it. That's got to be 1970. Oh, my God. That's going to be, holy crap, that's got to be, what, 1970?
No.
No, 82?
No.
83. 83.
Yeah, early 80s. No, I think about 80, probably 1980. I think that was.
I was thinking 79.
No, I'm thinking it's 80. Maybe 81.
Well, let me find out.
Yeah, look at it. Find out when Bobby Allison and Davey Allison ran together where they finished, I think, first and second. At Daytona, because I believe that's when that paint scheme was.
It was. Yeah, that is the Bobby Allison machine. And that would be hold on. He won the 1982 Daytona 500 in that car. But I don't believe that was the only car he rode. I don't think that was the only year he drove for Dyegard. Hold on.
No. It wasn't the only year, but that was the year I
That was the
remember
first
precisely.
year that Bobby was there, and he was only there for 4 years. But yeah, this is not the Darrell Waltrip machine. This is post Darrell Waltrip era.
Yep.
This is 1982. It's beautiful.
And it's the AMC Matador paint scheme.
No, he raced.
Old school.
No, he raced in a. Hold on. No, he didn't race in a Matador that year.
Really?
He raced in a Buick.
Oh, it was a Buick. That's right. It was a
a
Matador
Buick.
before that.
It was an
a
80. It
Matador
was an
before that.
82 Buick Regal.
Yeah. Okay.
My God, we are showing how old we are.
No, you're showing that you just know way too much stuff.
I really do.
Autistic ways of learning this old stuff.
I love classic NASCAR. I'm sorry to tell you, but I see this paint scheme up here, too, in the number 42, I believe that is. And that just brings me back. That might be the... What is that? Hold on. What number is that? That is the 42. Chris Bishop and that Valvoline machine, that just brings me back as well.
Johnny Benson?
Yeah, that brings me back to, like, the Johnny Benson... it's not what he ran, but it's a concept of what Johnny Benson ran.
Yeah.
And it just brings me back. And, I mean, that Blue Deuce, that brings me back to the 80s, too.
Oh, yeah.
You're just so much. And then
Ford.
And then look at this, the Tabasco car. I mean, these guys, this is just a classic NASCAR guy's fetish here. It's amazing.
And the 32 that Richard Swaley's run, that Tabasco car, I'm trying to think who ran that car. It wasn't a Cup car. It actually was a Busch car at that point. And it seems like it might have been Chad Little, but I'm not.
Todd Bodine.
Todd Bodine.
And it was a Winston Cup Series car.
It was?
It was.
I do not remember that car being
1997.
Wow. I did not remember that car. That Todd ran that car.
It wasn't around very long, but it was that specific paint scheme might not be a let me take a look here. That specific paint scheme is a number 35. It used to be on the 35 of Todd Bodine, and it was in a Pontiac Grand Prix.
Todd Bodine. Old.
My God. That guy, he's as tough as a rock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. The Onion.
Well, he was definitely an onion. Never mind, I'm not going to go there. I heard he was called the Onion for a lot of reasons.
I thought we were going to have a
battle for the lead. I
there.
was thinking, too.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. He's looking. There's no doubt about it. Those two down there, Sanchez and Murray, they've kind of separated themselves just a tad from the rest of the field. They seem like they've got something.
Yeah, it's enough for Tyler to make a move, but it's also far enough out there that if he makes the move, he's going to lose about 10 spots.
Yeah.
Because he's going to pull out and not have any drafting help, and he's just going to get left in the dust.
Trying to see if that outside line is gaining anything, but it looks like they're just in a stagnant right now. They're just...
Yeah, it's very stagnant. That outside line's not getting any momentum here. They're not able to get lined up and pushed together. They really aren't. And that's...
No, they aren't. And they're not side drafting.
No, that's the problem. Oh, we got cars in the wall!
Oh.
The 0 in the wall! Jesse Prees! Jesse Prees in the wall! He'll
He reached out and touched
survive!
somebody. Yeah, he survived, but
he's got
a little
damage
on that. Yeah. Did he get pushed?
I think he just went up there by himself by mistake. And then we got a car going to the back. It's Dusty Applin in the number 1. He said, "Get me the hell out of here." And he's going to the back of the pack.
And an iRacing car to the back. But the field's still out front. You still have Sanchez and Murray, nose to tail. Murray has got that Gatorade machine up, as you say, up his trumpet. I'm just telling you, he's giving the whole tip back there. I mean, he's pegging the back end of that Sanchez car for sure. And then the rest of the field is they're just barely on the back, but they just cannot get to the back bumper of Murray. And it just surprises me. I'm looking at that, and normally you'd see these guys that suck right up to the back, but they're actually separated by almost 2 car lengths right now. It is surprising to me.
This is the biggest gap I've seen at Talladega by 2 cars in a long time, especially with this package.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. I mean, right now they should be sucking right up to the back bumper of that 16. But they're not. There's that bubble. Everybody talks about there's a bubble. And that's exactly what you're seeing. There's just this slight little bubble that you can't burst. And that's what you're seeing there.
Yeah, they're just not able to get there. And it's right now, it's all up to the 16 and the 55 to just not make mistakes. And they made a mistake there. They got separated. And now they're going to let the pack catch back up to them.
They're right there, but there's still that bubble between them. Now, we'll see on the back straightaway if they do.
They've touched a couple of times. It's been a nice little... The Xfinity cars suck up to each other a lot better than the Cup cars do. The Cup cars, you can barely touch those back bumpers of the car in front of you. It's all about just air with them.
Oh, there we go.
And now here comes the 11 and the 79 to the outside lane. And man alive, look at how strong that inside lane is. They didn't even get there.
Hastings is going to play a role in this as well, it looks like.
Oh, here comes the 3. The 3's going to give the big shot to the inside lane down the front stretch. The bump draft by the 16. They touch through the tri-oval. He slides up. They almost make contact. But they're all going to survive. And across the start-finish line, Phelps is going to lead a lap here at Talladega.
Phelps came out of nowhere, and he had big help from Denson. Denson just all over the back end of that. That time it looked like Denson was thinking about maybe trying 3 wide, but I'm hopefully thinking that they don't want to do that. We've already seen that did not work the last time. I think these guys need to tuck in. You want to run 2 wide, run 2 wide. But please do not run 3 wide. We've already seen it does not work. So we've got up front Sanchez out by a nose. Belt's on the outside trying to get around him as well. He led the last lap, but will he lead another lap? That is a big question. Do they have enough on that outside groove to go down the front straightaway and lead again? I don't think. Oh, in trouble!
Oh,
my God!
What a save! How did they save it? It's going to go through the whole field, though. Did they save it in the middle of the pack? How did they do it?
I don't know.
Oh, my God!
I thought for sure we had a
I
major
thought the whole
calamity
friggin'
again.
pack was going. I thought it was over. I thought the whole pack was going there. How in the holy hell did they save that? And look at the battle for the lead.
And Murray was like the main thing in that whole thing, and somewhere out of nowhere, he came back, and now he's right behind Sanchez again, and they are 3 wide.
My good God. The 3 and the 11 almost touched through the turn 3 and 4. The 3 comes down the track. Him and the 16 almost touched. Now they're single file again in the inside lane. Randy, I know we got 4 laps to go in the stage, but they still got 75 laps to go in this race.
Uncle is going to wreck the 16.
God. My good God. I know. I understand this is for stage points. This is for a stage win. But come on, everybody. Calm down.
Yeah, I mean, you got to calm down. I mean, you cannot win the race unless you finish the race. And the way they're driving, there is not going to be any finish. The 3 is all over the back of the 16. He keeps going up there, and he keeps hitting him kind of to the right and the left of the bumper. He's not, one lap he's down to the left, the other time he's down to the right, and it's like, dude, lay off. You're going to take out the whole field. I know the air is playing a big havoc.
Oh, the 16 is sideways through the tri-oval.
Look at the air being moved around. This is crazy. They are thinking about going 3 wide. I'm not so sure. 23 down. They got 2 more laps around or actually a lap and a half before they finish the stage. But are we going to finish this stage without a... That's the whole thing. I mean,
oh, my God. They're killing me.
Killing me. I'm just like, I'm like grabbing onto my wheel out here, just going, oh, my gosh. And my wheel is my steering wheel is here. I'm actually at my console here, and I have my steering wheel. I'm not talking about my other wheel.
The white flag on the stage is here. Are we going to make it another 2.5 miles? Randy, I don't know if my heart can take this for 75 more laps.
You gonna be
the
spitting
16
up blood?
through 1 and 2. Oh, my God. It's okay. I'm going to die tonight. This is the living end. This is the living end. Tonight's the living end. These guys are killing me. Look at this. These guys don't know. Oh, my God. They're
Nick,
all sideways.
What was the air? What was the wind tonight?
The wind 14 miles an hour from the west-southwest.
Bingo.
It's kicking the tail of these cars out big time.
I was wondering.
Oh, the 16 is all over the place.
Murray's got...
He's trying to make a move. He's going to be blocking. He's going from the bottom to top, back to bottom. What in the... There it is.
Oh, there's
there
trouble.
It is. Big one behind him coming to the start-finish line. The 55's going to win stage 2. Oh, my God.
Grenier was...
Holy freaking holy.
I think.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, he was. He was just
oh.
innocent bystander.
Nowhere to go. The 56 and the 27 came together pretty hard there. My goodness. My goodness. Okay, folks, we're gonna take a commercial break here. We're gonna hear from the Guitar Addict because I'm gonna have a stroke.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Addict. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet.
The ladies are gonna love you. Your kids are gonna think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Addict, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go to guitaraddict.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitaraddict.com.
Well, I don't know about you, but this race may lead me to start drinking anytime soon.
I'm already drinking.
So back here at Talladega in the TNR GFM broadcast of the TNR.
Presented by UMass Medical Center.
Yeah. We got several drivers in the medical center because they've been caught up in calamity already. I mean, we're 26 laps into this thing. We've had 2 major cautions, not just little cautions, but major cautions.
I wasn't bringing it to us via UMass Medical Center for them.
No.
It was for me. My freaking God. These guys are killing me. They are actually killing me.
Let's just say a lot of people want an extra spot at any cost. So
yeah.
Benson now is leading the race. Sanchez was second off pit road. I don't think Benson bit it, did he? Or did he take 2?
He did not pit.
Did not pit.
No, he
All
did
right,
not.
so here we go again.
Well, Randy Pepper, whilst we wait here for the caution and everybody to move around, I'll give you guys a little bit of an update around the NHL.
Oh, yeah.
As the third period comes to an end, the Red Wings are able to defeat the Lightning down in Tampa Bay 4-2. Detroit gets their 12th win of the season. A very important win for the Red Wings. They needed, 13th win. They needed that this evening. The New Jersey Devils continue to be the talk of the town down in New Jersey. They're 21-4-1 after a 3-0 shutout of the Chicago Blackhawks. The 7-14 absolute debacle of a start to the season continues for the Chicago Blackhawks as they travel to New Jersey and fall 3-0. With a minute 21 seconds to go in the third period, the Los Angeles Kings look like they are closing in on their 14th win of the season while giving Ottawa their 14th loss of the season. As the Kings traveled to Ottawa and they are beating Ottawa 5-2 with a minute 21 left in the third. With 4.5 minutes to go in the third period, the Pittsburgh Penguins do something they're usually pretty good at. They continue to be good at it this year, and that's protecting their home ice with a 3-1 lead with 4.5 to go. It's not over yet, but it seems like it may be. The Blues travel to Long Island tonight. They have a 3-1 lead with 16.5 minutes left. They're pretty. They're on their good. They're on a good pace right now with a 4-1 lead to get their 12th win of the season. Something they need to get back to 500. We travel now up to Canada. Winnipeg holding their own at home against the Florida Panthers. A 3-1 lead for Winnipeg. 9 minutes to go in the second period. The Leafs travel to Dallas. The Leafs 15-5-6. The Dallas Stars 14-6-5. It's a 2-0 lead for the Leafs with 17.5 minutes to go in the second period. The Hurricanes and Ducks begin tonight at 10 o'clock, and the Canadiens and Kraken play tonight at 10 o'clock as well. The Hurricanes travel to Anaheim trying to get their 15th win of the season, while the Ducks try to stop their skid at 6-17-3 and try to get their 7th win on the season, while the Canadiens try to continue their little hot streak as of recent, 12-11-2 against the Seattle Kraken, now 15-6-3. The Kraken with a big win. Not a big win, a big loss a couple nights ago. Keep an eye on the Kraken as they try to hold on to their home ice advantage against the Montreal Canadiens tonight at 10 o'clock. You can find that game on your local CNBC if you're in Canada, or if you're out there in Seattle, you find that on WTXV.
It's not KNXV?
No, it's WTNXV.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why the hell it's WTNXV, but that's what it is.
You know, most of the West Coast guys all have K. Easy start with a K, but maybe that may be radio. I know all the radios out West Coast are all.
Well, I mean,
A.
like the TV stations over here are like NBC 10 and CBS 4 and WBZ.
Hey, here goes the pace
The
car
pace
down
car
to the
has
bottom.
come
It's going
off
to
the
pull
track.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to go back to green flag racing.
God.
Hopefully, we'll get a lot of green flag racing in this
I don't
time.
think my heart can take it. I don't think my heart can take it.
All right, Benson on the inside. Have Sanchez on the outside this time.
Randy, you're in charge for a minute.
All right, I am in charge, and this thing is sputtering a little bit. I don't know why. But here we go. Wait for the green flag to fall, and the green flag is out. And just like that, Benson gets a good run. He's out by himself. He's got a trunk full bracket right behind him. And looking at Sanchez, Sanchez is going to fall back into the third place as the 10 car right behind the leader, Benson. And then the 79 of Denson is trying to suck up to them. And I'm looking to see if maybe Sanchez will pull down and try to get hooked back up with Murray, but he's not. He gets a good push from the 38 from behind. The 38 of Brackett gives him a good little shove. And the field stacking back up with Benson, who did not pit, is actually bringing the field around to the flag for the first time for the line. And will he lead? No, he did not even lead that lap. Sanchez got a great run. He got shot out of a cannon with that 38 right behind him. So Sanchez, well, for a second he did lead there. Here comes Benson once again. Benson gets stacked up, got a trunk full from that 10 right behind him. That 10 just ramming him back from behind. And they are side by side, 2 by 2 for the top 15 cars or so right now. And they'll come back to the line once again and to the bottom of the track. And whoa, what's that little calamity happened? Benson will lead this lap with the Brackett car right behind him. Brackett giving him a great shove around the track. We saw this earlier when we had Sanchez and Murray leading. They were all by themselves. But now we're looking at some three-wide racing. You got one car on the outside trying to make something happen by himself. And that's a 3 back there, but I don't believe that's going to help his cause. No, it's not the 3. It might be the 38. I can't really see what number that is, but anyways, he's back there trying to make something happen, but nothing's going to happen for him. So now we've got Benson by himself. We got on the outside Sanchez trying to make his way on that outside. Going to get a good run there with the 1 behind him. Applin right behind him, giving him everything he's got. Applin had fell back. Now he's back up there trying to help out the Sanchez car to get around Benson. That outside line is starting to form up quite nicely, but now they've lost a couple spectators or participators. But now, see, this outside, now we're seeing this now. We're starting to see some of these guys on this outside. They're starting to side draft. That's a big key thing to make that outside line work. If you side draft, it will suck you up to whoever's in front of you. See how they're doing there? See that, folks? It'll pull it down to the bottom. They're getting a little bit of that side draft, and that'll enable them to keep their speed with that inside line that's actually a little bit faster. That time it did not work. Benson running that inside line that all by himself, pretty much leading. He's pretty much led since he took the green flag, but he's had help from Brackett. Brackett's been up his trumpet, as Nick always says. I say he's just giving him the whole tip, pegging him all the way around. And that outside line, here they come. Applin pushing the Sanchez car again. They're getting a little help from Delilah back there as well. Here they come back to the line. Who will lead this lap? That is the question. Is it going to be Sanchez or is it going to be Benson? Benson has just a nose in and he will lead lap 33.
He will take that lead, Randy Pepper. It's a nice lap led for the number 69. He can try to continue to battle with 55 on the outside lane. The inside lane nice and spread out right now. The outside lane is going to take advantage of that. Randy, we were talking about paint schemes earlier. Look at this one. I love this one. Cody Kinsey in the 93. We talked about that. Ken friggin' Schrader. Can't talk about that paint scheme enough. I love that paint scheme. We were talking about classics earlier, so I thought I'd bring that one up. We take a look now through turns 3 and 4. Randy, they're all kind of calming down. They are actually calming down. I'm surprised.
Yeah, they are. We did see a little bit of the side drafting starting to play a little bit. We're starting to see some of that.
Please don't give me a headache, or a heartache. Not this early.
I'm serious. We are starting to see some side drafting. Yeah, and look at this. Sanchez got a good run. He could have pulled it down to the bottom, but he chose not to. He did not choose. He's going to stay there. I guess he feels comfortable with Applin behind him. Applin's been pretty much tucked to the back end of the 55. This time they get a good run once again down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And there he goes. He pulls it to the bottom. He'll leave Applin all by himself out to dry. And Applin has
a
trunk.
They slide up the track. He's all the way up to the wall. He's going to the back of the pack again. He said, screw it. He said, get me out of here.
I'm actually kind of shocked that he pulled out just like that. Maybe he felt comfortable pushing Sanchez, but did not feel comfortable being pushed.
Well, he did the same thing in the first stage. I think he's more thinking about surviving.
Yeah, one of the few.
Well, they're single file now. Look at this.
They were until Murray pulled out just now.
Oh, now that's 16 back up in the second lane. I don't think he's going to have enough help to move anywhere, though.
No, I don't think so either. I think they're going to have to wait until the rest of these guys up here get a little dicey and start racing. But we're 35 laps down. Stage will make it up at 50. So I don't think we're going to see any crazy wildness till probably lap 46. Then we might see some guys get a little dicey. I think we're just going to relax a little bit. Chill. Let your heart rate go back down. Have you ever checked your heart rate during one of these races?
Me? No, I haven't. I haven't, because I already know I'll be going to the hospital if I don't.
I'm actually going to look at mine and see what
you don't want to check your heart rate while you're calling one of these races.
Yeah, 109.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, we are on the edge here. We know anything and everything's going to happen during this craziness.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Whoa! Look at the 3-1 on the outside!
Oh, my gosh.
Here comes the 49!
And he's got help.
He does, Jesse Priest! I wonder if anybody else is going to jump. Oh, Jesse's in the wall! Jesse, keep it straight!
Jesse needs to stay off there because
Jesse needs to stay out of that third lane.
Yeah. It has not been his friend.
Jesse needs to understand him in the third lane don't get along here at Talladega. Jesse, the track is wide enough for 3 cars, not 5. Oh, my goodness. They are on the outside still, though. 3 wide on the exit of 4 here. Oh, look at that in front of them. They went down the track a little. The 14-mile-an-hour wind is definitely messing with these guys.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. The wind is playing havoc.
The wind is not making life easy.
No. Wind. That's actually being the factor that's driving these cars all over the place. We got 3 wide right there now. We got 1 car in the middle there. I can't really see who it is. My monitor has gone a little fuzzy. And they actually are starting to dice it up a little bit. They're getting to be looking like the Peel's pocket fisherman, dicing it up. as Brackett now is your new leader. Brackett got around, took that 10 out front, got around. He's got Kinsey up there. Murray's back in the picture with Sanchez. And now we've got the inside line starting to form up underneath them. At 93 of Kinsey down in the bottom, going to try to get the lead away from Brackett. Brackett thought he had a little breathing room, but he doesn't. That inside line with Sanchez and Kinsey. We come back to the line. Let's see who will lead this lap. Will it be Kinsey or will it be Brackett? Come across the line, and it's going to be Brackett still by just a hair. And now you see the 16. Murray. Murray thinks he has something. He gets around Kinsey. Now he's going to lead the field as they go down the back straightaway with Brackett on the outside and Murray down on the inside, taking the Gatorade machine to the bottom of the track. He'll bring it down to the bottom of the line and let it drift up just a little bit because he has no choice. That wind is playing havoc with him. And this time Brackett pulls down to the bottom there.
Oh my God.
It was a Brackett and Brackett line.
That's killing me.
Brackett and Brackett for the people. Did you get involved in a car accident? Call our office now. Brackett and Brackett.
Did 14-mile-an-hour winds cause you to lose your left leg at Talladega Superspeedway? Call the offices as a Brackett and Brackett. We'll sort you out. Holy schmoly. Look at that, Randy Pepper. The two Brackets, though, at the front of the pack on the outside lane. The 53. Kevin Delia in third. Then we look at Tyler Murray in fourth. Cody Kinsey in fifth. Ken MacArthur in sixth. Joe Sanchez seventh. Jason Hastings eighth. Jesse Breeze ninth. Kyle Benson rounds out your top 10. That's going to continue to change, as we all know. You know what Talladega needs? Lights.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I say that, but then I think about Talladega, and no, I don't think it needs lights.
I would love a night race at Talladega.
It would be great for the racing, but I don't think we need a bunch of really, really drunk people leaving Talladega at midnight or 11
Why?
o'clock.
They leave at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't make it any better.
Well, you've never been to Talladega. Talladega it's just a 2-lane highway that comes into the track. And it's a long ways. It's like a 20-mile ride.
Yeah,
2 lane.
it's on a former Air Force base.
But that's actually behind. It's actually behind the track. But these people get really, really, really drunk. I mean, you remember the year that
they're
they flew
redneck NASCAR fans.
Yeah,
what the hell do
exactly.
you expect?
Yeah. Well, they don't need to be driving at night. Not on that little 2-lane highway. They just don't need it. I just don't think that's what we need. No lights out there.
They are the NASCAR fan that complain about the fact that there is stages. That's the type of NASCAR fans there. What do you expect?
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
They have the biggest American flag in the world on the exit of turn 3.
Yep.
It tells you all you need to know.
Yep, absolutely. And they are the only track that have redneck games. And it's trust me, folks. If you ever get a chance to go to Talladega for a race,
don't.
No, you definitely do. On Friday night, they run the party down on the boulevard.
Oh Lord!
It is a sight to be seen. Trust me. You will never see anything like this. They have a parade that comes down, and usually it has it's a hauler with a bunch of drivers sitting there, and they come in, they judge the redneck games. They have the redneck games, and whether it's the poop scoot boogie or the paint by boob, which means they've got a glass and the girls paint with their boobs on the glass and everybody can watch from the other side. And they have that. They just have some creative, the throw-up game where they give them like the most disgusting stuff to eat, and they see who does not throw up first, and whoever's last gets $1,000. It's great. It's unbelievable. And then they have the tents, the tents where they actually have girls showing you how to use sex toys in them.
What?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. This is true. So, yeah, only at Talladega do you see this type of stuff. Yeah, only at Talladega. Only in Talladega. Oh! Brackets in the wall!
Brackets in the wall! Oh, my goodness.
One bracket to another. Were you taken out by your brother? No, I don't know who hit him there. I'd like to see that back. Let me look at that back. See what actually happened.
We cannot.
In 10. Oh, man, I wish we could. I wish I could go back right now. So I'd love to see what happened to him. Did he just get blown around by the wind? Might have been just the wind that caused that. So Talladega is a interesting place to say the least.
Yeah, interesting is what we'll go with.
Some of the best racing. I mean, there's some unbelievable racing here.
There's also some awful racing there.
Oh, there is. It's no doubt about it. One of the coolest things I ever heard was the sitting and talking to Fat Boy and him telling me about how he actually spotted for Dale Sr. the year, this 1998, when he went from like 18th to 1st, and him telling me how they were guiding Dale to win that race. It was just a really interesting story to hear him tell it from his perspective, being the spotter for that whole thing. He said a lot of it was done pretty much by Dale. He said he said by the time he was telling Dale it was clear, Dale had already made his moves. But it was, a really cool story to hear him tell it. Now we got a good battle up front. Kinsey now trying to make his way, trying to get around that bracket car. And once again, Jesse Prees is reaching out and touching that wall. Just barely. 48 laps. 2 more laps around the speedway. Actually, just a lap and a half will make up 50. This is when we've seen the most action is towards the end of these stages when guys are looking and trying to get anything they can, those extra points. Murray right on the back bumper of Brackett, and he's looking to the inside, looking to the outside, but you better watch out because here's Wilson again. Wilson was involved. I'm surprised Wilson was involved in that accident.
He was. The white flag is out on stage 2. David Brackett leads. Tyler Murray second. Cody Kinsey third. Zach Wilson in fourth. We're taking a look on the back out of the front bumper now of Zach Wilson. Off the roof of the number 17. Let's see if he can make a move here. Coming to the start-finish line. He's going to clear the 93 on the outside. Will he slide up and try to take second away? He will not. Let's take a look out behind him and see what happens. He does make a move. Here he comes through the trioval. Will he get some help? He's going to get some help. Is it going to be enough? Coming to the start-finish line. It needed to be about 600 yards earlier. Stage 2 is going to end, and David Brackett's going to be your Stage 2 winner. Tyler Murray second. Zach Wilson in third.
Well, at least they ended under green. No yellow. We didn't see a caution like 600 yards before the end of the stage there. That was good. I thought we might see another caution come out right before they got to the line. So 50 down, 100 will make up the field. So we got 50 more laps, and this last 50 will be all under green. There will be no more stage stops. We're going to make the rest of the 50 laps green flag racing. Do I really believe that? No, I do not. I believe we're going to see another caution come out here for long. I'm going to say about probably lap 79, we're going to see another caution.
Well, I was a very big Debbie Downer earlier.
Yes, you were. You thought we would have 20 cautions.
Well, the way they were racing at the end of stage 1 made me very concerned, but stage 2 was a very, very clear and precise set of racing. It's very nice out there. It's very nice to see these guys busted their tails. Everybody pitted on at the end of stage 2, so we'll see everybody come in this time. Randy Pepper, we're going to hit our commercial break, though.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned.
That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically, you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Ghostfire Media Network here. The TNR Racing Series on the Ghostfire Media Network here on Tuesday nights. 52 out of 100 laps complete. Tyler Murray, your leader here at the Talladega Superspeedway. In second, going to be Zach Wilson. Third, Cody Kinsey. Fourth, Chris Bishop. Fifth, Joe Sanchez. Sixth, David Brackett. Seventh, Dusty Applin. Eighth, Kevin Delia. Ninth, Scott Feltz. And 10th, Jacob Denson. Randy Pepper is currently being an old man. So I don't know what to talk about while Randy Pepper's gone. So, yeah. I rely on him when he's here.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Ah, Jesus Christ. All right, now you're back. I'm going pee.
Three cautions. This third caution is because of the stage number 2. So we've had one caution under green flag conditions. The other 2 have been because of the stages. Murray leads after his pit stop, so it's Murray, Wilson, Kinsey, Bishop, Sanchez, Brackett, Applin, Delilah, Feltz, Denson, MacArthur, Rogers, Benson, Easley, and Swaverly make up our top 15 right now. We got Ayers back there as well. So a lot of these cars are actually pretty much from 15th, 16th on back actually have been in some form of calamity tonight. And a lot of cars that were involved in that early on caution that came out. Trying to see if the caution, or not the caution, but the lights on top of the pace car, it looks like they are out. We are going to go back to green flag racing. next time around here at Talladega on the Ghost Fire Media Network tonight. It's going to be a good time. Good time. So you heard me talking about the sex toy thing. Folks, I'm just kidding you. So please, NASCAR, don't jump out on me. I was just kidding. I'm just trying to rattle Nick's cage. I love rattling him. So. All right, so the pace car is set to pull off. We'll look for that left-hand turn here as they come off of turn number 4 here in just a second. They're through 3, they're into 4 now. It is a windy, warm day in Talladega. They have made some great improvements to this track in the last couple of years. Pace car is off. Here we go. Murray will bring him to the green flag with Wilson on his outside. Green flag is set to fly, and we're waiting because it's a long ways down there to the flag stand. And Wilson is on the gas. Here we go down to turn number 1. They are across the line. The race is on. And down into turn number 1. Look at the line that Wilson is running. He gets way high. Applin dives in the middle there. I believe that's not Applin. That's the 42 of Bishop. Not sure what that's all about. Wilson just pulled out of it. I guess he did not want to be up there. As you see Murray with a trunk full of Kinsey and Sanchez right behind him, and then Applin is right there behind them in that iRacing machine. And right behind him, he's got a trunk full of Delia. As they go down to the stripe to complete lap 55, Murray will complete this lap across. They go. So Murray will lead lap 55 back out front in the Gatorade machine. They are tucked nose to tail. The 16 and the 93. Kinsey all over the back end of that 16. And then the rest of the field almost looked like we were going to have something happen back there. I'm not sure, right in front of Ayers of the car that was sideways, it looked like. And here they go, single file for the top 5 right now. Seems like every run we get, at first we have a nose to tail top 5 or 6. And then as the run goes along, you start seeing that outside line regrouping itself and then catching back up. Right now, we've got single file for the top. Basically, it looks like 4. As now we start seeing that outside line starting to form. But it's going to be a few more laps. And we look, the one, Applin pulls out. Applin now trying to get some. Now they're 3 wide. They didn't want to run with Applin. Applin says, nope, I've got enough car. And he pulls up in front of that 42 of Bishop. Bishop had no choice to get out than to get out of it and pull up behind that Applin car. And Applin says, the heck with this, I'm just getting back down. So Applin saw a break and pulled down into it. And now he's back out again. What is Applin? I think he's going to pull back out. He says, this is too crazy. I'm getting out of here. I feel a little tension going on here. So back. So he's going to fall back to the back of the pack. He heard us talking about him. So now Murray's still all by himself, pretty much with just Kinsey on his back tail. And now you see that outside line of Bishop. Bishop gets a good run. Bishop's going to try to take the lead away from Murray. And he's got Brackett behind him. Brackett, who won the last stage. Now this time trying to help out that 42 of Bishop. They come to the line. Who will lead this lap? It's still Murray. As they go into turn number 1, Bishop getting a good run and try to stay side by side with him. But he's not drafting. He's not side drafting on that inside line. We see Bishop actually trying to hold his line and trying to hold it together with that 38 all over the back bumper of his car. Murray down to the inside, side by side for the lead. As you see Murray still with that 93 all over the back bumper of him. Kinsey staying right with him. This time it looks like, well, maybe not. They come to the line this time. Bishop will lead that lap. So Bishop by just a hair. I mean, just a hair. So Bishop will lead a lap. 59 laps down of 100 at Talladega. They are side by side all the way back to about 16th here in the field. Then behind them, they are single file on that inside line. Watching some of the guys side drafting, some are not. And you see 3 wide back there, Applin back there, where the 3 wide racing is happening back there. Somebody got out of line, thought about it. Jesse Pride's back there. At least this now Jesse Pride is staying down in the second groove and not the third groove, because he's reached out and touched that wall more times than he can count. 60 laps are down. 40 laps remaining in the race, and we see Sanchez pulling to that outside line. Sanchez bringing that 55. Going to try to make it work to try to get around Murray, who he ran with so often earlier on in the race. Murray was pushing Sanchez around. Now Sanchez is going to try to get around Murray as they come down to the line. Will Sanchez have enough to get around Murray?
And he might. Randy, look at how squirrely they are in the middle of the pack.
I'm not so sure the air of certain cars are upsetting some things. You've got the Ford, the Chevrolet, and the Toyota.
So, unlike in the trucks, and here's Professor Adams.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest segment here on the Ghostfire Media Network, where every week apparently I have to explain a little bit of aerodynamics to people. Professor Adams explains aerodynamics. In the truck series, with the Chevy and the Ford and the Toyota, the main difference in those trucks is the headlights. The headlights cause all the issues for the 3 different brands. The Chevys, they're inlaid too much. The Toyotas, they're behind the grill. And the Fords, they're in a perfect angle. Now you come over here to the Xfinity cars. The headlights are not where the problems begin on these cars. It's the grill. The grill is where all the problems begin. The Chevrolet, the grill is a nice flat area all the way around. It's got the same angle from the beginning to the end, and it has no edges that cause it to not let air go through, right, Randy? The headlights are connected to the grill. The grill is wide open. It's got this nice aerodynamic opening to it. The Supra, kind of the same thing. It's all connected. It's nice and open. It's easily usable, and it all flows. The Ford is what causes the issues in these packs. It has that separation between between the headlight and the grill. It has that little piece of bodywork that sticks out about 2 inches in front of the headlight, above the grill, that causes an aerodynamic shift. So when the air comes to the front of a Ford, when it's at the front of a pack, instead of easily sliding off the front of the car, it gets caught and it creates a buffer effect on the front of the car around that piece right near the front headlights, and then it goes off the side of the car. So it's a little bit disturbed. is the proper terminology to use. The air is just a bit disturbed off the front of the Fords compared to the Chevys and the Toyotas. When you see a Ford get to the front of the pack, you normally see the guys behind him get a little bit more squirrely because the Chevys that survive so well with that nice, even, soft air coming off the front of the Chevy that's in front of them and opening that big hole for them is now disturbed air that's buffeting off of the way the Ford is shaped. Because not only is the Ford shaped differently at the front, the Ford has a different shaping on the side a little bit to where it pushes the air out a little bit and then it comes back into the quarter panels. So it's a little bit of buffeting air on the Fords that cause the issue for cars behind them. You don't see it with the Toyota because the Toyota is actually minutely smaller than the Chevrolets. And you don't see it with the Chevy because the Chevy is one of the most perfect aerodynamic cars you could get on today's roadways.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's the bottom line because Nick Adams said so.
And that's why you see when you put the Fords out front, the difference in the pack behind them. They get more squirrely. Like when you see one of the Fords try to lead that third lane later on in this event, you probably see the cars behind them struggling a little bit more to get up there and push them. And it's because that air that's coming off of the Ford is extremely disturbed.
Well, you say that, and we see some of the Fords back there, and you see that they seem to be a little bit more unstable in the pack up.
Yeah, the Fords are usually some of the most unstable vehicles at the super speedways. I mean, it happens in the car. We got a car around! We got a car around! The 9's around! This is a big one! It's a big one!
Jesse
6, 7, 8 cars involved! Jesse Prees, the 49's involved as well. Jason Hastings. 4, maybe 5 cars are involved in this. And it's going to change the evening, Randy. We'll have pit stops under this caution.
You think we're going to see pit stops?
Guarantee we see pit stops. Let's see how this starts. I believe it starts with the 9 of Jeremy Banner. It does. Him and the 1 get together.
Yeah, Apple
holy wow. Wow.
Jesse had nowhere to go with that one.
That's a big hit. Let's go on board Jason Hastings. This is a big one. This hurts. Oh, and he got it in the driver's door as well. My goodness. Well, while we're under caution, let's see if we can bring you the front end of some of these cars. All right, here we're going to show you the front end of a Chevrolet. You see how that front end is nice and even?
Yes.
All the way from the logo to the outside. There's that little indent of the grille on the exit where you get to the front quarter panels. And you get to you get to those quarters on the wheels. Other than that, the front end of the Chevy is nice and flat. Then you come and look at the Ford, and you see what I'm talking about when it comes to the headlights. Now, they have an advantage on the outside portion of the front end of this car because the headlights are even with that outward jutting part on the wheel wells. So the quarter panels in those are a nice little flat surface. They have a little advantage there, but the whole issue they have is in the front of that car when the air is hitting the front of the car. It ends up buffeting in between that little tiny piece that you have on the grill between the headlights and the grill. And now we look at the 32. We'll look at Richard Swaverly. Where is he here with the Supra? I mean, you can see the Supra. The grill is a lot lower. There is no grill up near the headlights, so it's just a flat surface. So the Supra has the advantage of being very aerodynamic because it's literally, Randy Pepper, there is no indent on those headlights on these cars.
Yeah.
The way that these are built, the way these come with the factory stamps on these templates that these cars get for the composite bodies they have, there is no indent. So it's just a flat surface on the front of this car. So the Supra is probably the most aerodynamic machine in NASCAR today. It's a very interesting difference between the three of them. Obviously there's more things that go on behind the scene that cause some of these things to be an issue or not be an issue, which is why I think the Fords do tend to do really well at the super speedways in real life. I think it also tends to deal with, there's more Fords than there is Toyota. The Fords tend to work better together than the Chevys. But in iRacing, I think the advantage probably goes to the Supra.
Well, It may look that way, at least it seems that way. I mean, if you look at the car, the way we just looked at it, it does appear that the Supra has a advantage the way the air would hit that and just go straight over the car compared to the Chevrolet and the Ford.
I mean, I guess it's also the difference, Randy, of the Supra's a sports car. That's what the Supra's built to be, as a sports car. So a sports car, even a road version of the sports car, an actual, Supra, you go buy at Toyota, is going to have more of a definitive look at aerodynamics and say, this is what we want from this, because we want this to be a sports car. It's the same thing if you put a Mazda MX-5 up against one of these Chevys or the Mustangs. The MX-5 is always going to be a little bit more aerodynamic because it's designed to be a sports car. The Mustang and Camaro are designed to be muscle cars. The thing about American muscle is they have never been designed. Never once have they been designed, minus the mid-90s IROCs, to be aerodynamic. They've never been triangular at the front. They've never been circled off. They're squarer at the front than most cars. Nowadays, the current generation of Camaro and Mustang, it's more circular at the front than it ever has been before. But they used to be square. I mean, you go back and you look at the 09 Camaro and the 09 Mustang, those sumbitches are square.
They were.
I mean, they are flat square in the front. There is no curvature until you get to the outward corners of the front of those cars. They were just square. They're not designed to be aerodynamic. That started in about 2016 with the Camaro and Mustang new generations, where they were like, hey, listen, we need to be more aerodynamic. Ford was like, we don't have a car to put in NASCAR. Chevy said the same thing. We don't have a car to put in NASCAR. It needs to be aerodynamic on the road-going version of the car so we can make it aerodynamic to be in NASCAR. So they decided to round off the front end of both of these cars. It makes them look better. It makes them more aerodynamic, but they're always going to have that disadvantage against, say, a Supra. And I think that's a part of the reason Dodge isn't currently in NASCAR, is because Dodge still believes in a square muscle car. The Charger is the Charger is more circled off, but I don't think they would put a Charger in against the Mustang and Camaro. I think they'd put a Challenger.
Challenger. Yeah, the Challenger would be the one.
And the Challenger would struggle to go up against the Mustang and Camaro, especially because it's so square.
Yeah.
So
got more of a flat end.
It's the issue of these cars were never built to be aerodynamic, not from the beginning of time when they were, started building in 62 and I think 66. They were never designed to be aerodynamic. They were designed to be square. They were designed to look good. And that's why they have that disadvantage against the Supra, but they have gotten better. And as time goes on, they'll get better, and Chevy and Ford will make them more aerodynamic. But the Supra definitely has an advantage at super speedways.
Well, let's see how much of an advantage it does.
Oh, there's not enough of them in the field.
Yeah.
I think there's two of them. That's the other thing. There's not a lot of Toyotas. Not a lot of people drive them.
Which is kind of surprising. Actually, right now, Murray's going to be the man out front. He pulls away by one car length, but that outside line is starting to form. Applin, or is that no, it's Brackett, excuse me. Applin and Brackett's car looks so similar, but it is that 42 Brackett. Or Bishop, excuse me. Bishop. Getting shoved out to the middle. Oh, we got trouble.
Oh.
Cars are around.
Where is it? I can't find it.
There it is.
There it is. The 96 is off the track.
But somebody else was involved in that.
Let's see if we can find out who it was. I think it's Jesse Prees. Oh, there it is. It starts right in the middle of the pack. I believe Jesse Prees might be involved in this. I know the 96 goes around. The 51, the 10, the 96 spins off by himself. Doesn't hit anything. Lucky enough for him, he should be fine. No real damage on anybody from that incident. We're going to come under caution. But it should be a pretty short caution, a pretty quick one. And we'll be back green flag racing.
Very, very soon. So while we're under caution here, I was wondering if everybody has got their Christmas shopping done already. I was out doing my Christmas shoplifting earlier today, and picked up a really good little TV set at Best Buy. The alarms didn't go off, so I was doing pretty good. So picked up that. Nobody stopped me, and picked that up. I got some shirts and some stuff like that for my wife. I was able to walk out with no problem. So Christmas shoplifting has been done, and we're all set to go for Christmas. Some great gifts. Got that done, and I don't know what's everybody want for Christmas this year. I mean, what's the big ticket that people want? There years ago, the kids all wanted to Tickle Me Elmo.
What?
Yeah, Tickle Me Elmo was a big toy.
Again?
It was. I don't know if it is now.
It's not, Randy, that was 20 goddamn years ago.
Yes, but that was, I mean, nobody can ever forget that. That was a great year because it was like madness. Now, I mean, it's a PS5.
Hey, listen, I got one when they launched, so I've had one for 2 years.
What's still the big thing? Everybody wants to update
you can't buy 'em.
PS5. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I'm just, I got one. Listen, it's okay. I don't care. I have one. If they never come back in stock again, that's not my problem. I have one.
Well, they had the display unit, which I was able to pick up and take out, but that was, I think I'm missing a couple wires, though. But, anyways, so hopefully it works. I can probably order the parts off of Amazon. I'm sure to make it all work. Maybe power supply, because I didn't get that. Folks, I'm just kidding. If you believe I'm actually shoplifting, you're out of your mind. But I do have a friend that does that quite often. He's a professional in shoplifting. Every year he does his Christmas shoplifting. But what is the toy besides, I mean, what does everybody want? Nick, what did you ask for?
Me?
Yeah, what did you ask your wife for?
$1 million. Bruins season tickets.
Bruins season tickets. There you go.
And my number got called.
So does that mean you actually might have a chance to get those?
Yes, next year.
Next year. Oh, that's good.
I can't complain. I've been on the waiting list for 5 years. So.
Wow.
That's nothing.
Awesome.
People have been on the waiting list for Patriots tickets for 15 years now. So.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on the waiting list for Patriots tickets. I don't think I'll ever see it in my life. Especially with the rumors that Tom's coming back next year. I don't think I'll ever see it in my life.
He won't. He ain't coming back.
I think he might be.
For what?
A reunion.
He'll be 46 years old.
It's better than Mac. I would take Drew Bledsoe at 52, whatever he is now, over Mac right now. I'll be honest.
True.
It's ugly.
It is. It's very ugly, and it
it's
just
bad.
proves that team pretty much ran because of.
No, it's
Brady.
I don't think that. I think I don't blame Mac. I really don't blame Mac. I blame Matt Patricia.
Oh, okay.
He is the biggest joke of an offensive coordinator ever. It's sad. I don't blame Mac. I don't think the kid hasn't been given a fair shot. Last year he came in, did great, had an actual offensive coordinator. This year he's got a defensive guy as the offensive coordinator. I don't know. I don't think I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Okay. Well, let's. We got Green Flag Racing starting to come up here in just a second, with Brackett leading the field in the 38. The outside of him, it's Benson, the 69. Delilah in third in the 53, the 42 of Bishop. Denson, Harcum are in row 3. Row 4, Kinsey and MacArthur. Row 5, you got the Kunkel and Feltz, and there goes the pace car pulling off. Here we go, Nick. Any more cautions?
I hope not.
Yeah, me too. Field getting settled, ready to go. Green flag is waving, and there it goes. It is out. Green flag is out. Brackett takes him back to the line. And to complete lap 74, Brackett by himself. And that's not going to help his cause as we see the 69 of Benson pulling down. He's going to help out Brackett. And we're going to single file for the top 5 cars. All I want to do is zoom, zoom, zooma, zooma, zooma. And that's what we're seeing. Zooming down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Brackett leads the field. That outside line now starting to form. But they are back 6 cars back. Usually we see that outside line. Once that outside line starts forming up is when we start seeing people starting to get a little squirrely. I don't know why my connection looks so bad right now on my side of the screen. It's hard for me to even read what's going on out there. It's almost like there's a thunderstorm going on.
Maybe there is.
No, not here. There's not. Look at that outside line. Look at that, Nick. Nick Adams, can you believe the outside line is caught up with Kinsey with
the
them?
outside lane is doing exactly what I thought it might do as the evening goes along. It's starting to get connected. It's starting to drive through the field. Kinsey has damage in the front of that car. He's not going to be a good pushy, but he'll be a great pusher if he gets behind the 3. But I might be proven wrong as here comes the Amoco 93 through the field to the lead, coming to the start-finish line through the tri-oval with just 25 to go. Cody Kinsey to the lead here at Talladega.
Look at that, Kinsey with the Amoco machine, but he had some great pushing from that 3 of Kunkel. Kunkel just was right behind him, just giving him everything he had, as well as that Applin car. We've seen Applin throughout the race really doing some nice pushing. He hasn't led any laps, but he has been a very good pusher throughout the race. And once again, will he settle in there or will he pull himself out of contention? I think with 25 laps to go, I think he's there for the long run this time.
You talking about the 1?
Yeah, the 1.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
No. Well, I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but I think he's going to stay. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Like he's going to stay right where he's at now. He's not going to pull out and fall back to the back of the pack anymore. I think this is it. He's home for the holidays. Here we go down the back straightaway. Brackett down the inside, the outside of Kinsey in that 93. Oh, one car gets shoved out of the pack. That's a 3.
The 3's up the track. He's going to be fine. They're going to come close to coming together there in the back of the back there, but not going to happen. We see the battle begin on the outside lane there. The 93, that outside lane starting to fall back. They're just not getting set up together. There's not enough cars out there to really push.
Yeah, they just don't have what it takes right now. And it looks like the 3 actually played a bigger part than what I thought he was playing, because now that he's not part of that pack, they've kind of fallen off the pace. Now the reform once again. This time, it looks like they've got the 79 of Denson out front. So they're going to push 10 Denson up there. And let's see if Denson has anything for them. As he's got Harcum right there. Charlie Harcum's right there, giving him a good shove. Is Harcum going to be a good pusher?
I think he might be.
Here come the line. That time, Denson actually did lead the lap, so Harkin did his job as being the pusher. Nobody's side drafting just yet. They're just kind of settling in. We see them 3 wide. Back to 1 car is pulled out to the outside line. All by themselves. Got to watch out. The air will come out and touch you there, and you'll have part of that wall before you know it. See the other bracket car back there as well on that outside line, running 3rd line. It's all pixelated for me there, Nick. I can't see anything, so.
Well, Brackett is going to get past on the outside there by Jacob Denson. Kyle Benson in 3rd in the 69 on that inside lane. He's trying to push that inside lane. The outside lane getting hooked up again, moving the proper direction. I mean, Randy, they really are just continuing to do their thing.
They are. We've got 22 laps down, or 22 laps remaining in the race. Not 22 down, but 22 remaining. And the biggest question is, when will the big one happen? Will we have another big one? We've already had 3 pretty big ones so far, but when will the biggie happen? I'm thinking it's going to happen probably with 1 to go.
I'm thinking they're gonna be able to fight until about 1 to go. Yeah.
And it's tough to look at. You see Murray getting past there. Murray was so strong early on, and now he's going a lap down. That's always tough to see a car that was so good now pretty much being relinquished to junk. There's side by side, 2 by 2 for the top 18 cars right now. Everybody looking for their spot in line, and so they can try to make some moves before the end of this race to get some points, maybe a win. Some of these guys are looking to try to move up. It's not that easy. You look at this, if you're a spectator and you're not a racer, and you think, well, why haven't these guys, made any moves? It is not that easy. When you're in a pack with these cars, it is very, very difficult to try to make a move by yourself. You've got to have help.
Yeah, momentum's not easy to gain. It's much easier to lose than it is to gain when it comes to these cars. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I really don't foresee any big moves happening yet. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for this type of stuff to start happening.
You definitely got to have the right dancing partner, because you're not going to make any moves by yourself, and you've got to have that right car behind you. Maybe that teammate, or maybe the guy that just has the exact bumper to match up with yours and push you to the front of the pack. And we still see these 2 cars, Denson and Brackett, side by side. I'm looking to try to see if something here. Let's see what I'm trying to actually see where these guys are actually racing out of.
Randy, you're in charge for 1 minute.
All right. I am looking here. I'm just trying to figure out, see if we got any communication going on between some of these guys. David Brackett out front in that 38. And he does not appear to have anybody up there helping him right now. His other teammates back there, Matt Grenier, Tyler Murray, who we saw earlier on, who was really fast. Wyatt Brackett, the other Brackett, is back running around, looks around 10th or so. They are shuffling positions big time. So we got caution. We got trouble once again, the caution lights are back out on the track. Not sure what happened on back there, but I believe it was back around the 10th or 11th position back there. So David Brackett brings the field around and leads them back to the caution. Sixth caution of the night has come out from a little skirmish in the middle of the pack. Looks like the Ducks are leading the Hurricanes right now after the first period. The Canucks are beating the Kraken right now 1-0 in the first. Lakers are trailing the Cavaliers 116-102 in the fourth. My Panthers are losing 5-2. All right, so caution is out. 17 laps remaining here at Talladega on this Tuesday night, the Tuesday Night Racing League, TNR on the GFM network. Ghost Fire Media. Randy Pecker. Pecker. My name's Pecker now. Pepper. Can't even say my name. It is getting late. Tell you what, it is 10:38. When you get my age, after 10 o'clock, it gets late. Actually, this weekend, if you are a music lover and you are in the state of Florida this weekend, you can catch me 3 different places. I'll be playing on Thursday night. I will be with a Psychoustic duo at the Hard Rock Daytona. Then on Saturday night, I will be with the band Gunshy at Saints and Sinners in Ormond Beach. Then on Saturday night, you can catch me with the band 2 a.m. playing in Tavares, Florida. So I'm all over the state this weekend. So if you're a rock music lover and you like to hear rock and roll music, maybe a little country, a little dance music and stuff, I'll be playing all that stuff this weekend. Three different styles of band. It's going to be interesting. That's what happens when you're the freelance guitar player. I'm a gunslinger. Like some of these drivers out there, gunslinging the cars around, trying to make some things happen and maybe win a race night. I don't know if I'd want to be David Brackett right now. David's got the 69 right behind him. That Benson car. I'm sure Benson would like to steal a win tonight. But neither one of these two have teammates anywhere near them. I don't know if I want to be by themselves.
Randy Pepper.
Yes, sir.
What is Jenny's number?
867-5309. I got her number off the wall. I imagine I'll probably be playing that 3 times this week.
What?
I'll be playing that 3 times this week.
867-5309?
Yeah. Yep.
867-5309. 867-5309.
Got it. I got it. I got your number off the wall.
I hate you.
You asked me what Jenny's number, and I gave it to you. Tommy Two-Tone, the only hit they actually had back in 1981. And it's surprising, I have been playing that song since that song came out. God. That's crazy. It's one of the very few songs that I've actually been playing since it came out.
Old bastard.
Old bastard. Actually, you know what? I have to take that back. Because when I was with Einstein's Attic, we did not play that song. It was not in the set list. Thank God. So I did get 6 or 7 years without it. But ever since, every single band has played it.
Every single band?
Every single band. And I have played in many, many bands because being a freelance guitar player, you play in a lot of different bands. 3 bands this week. So, and all 3 of them, it's on the set list. 15 laps remaining, Nick. 15. We'll come around, we'll only have 14 laps.
I'm all right. I'm not dying or anything.
Okay, do you think we got Brackett and Benson up here. Do you think either one of these 2 guys are going to win this race?
It's Talladega. I'm going to go out on a whim and say the guy currently in 9th is going to win this race.
So you're thinking Applin all by himself?
I do.
Free agency guy?
I do.
All by himself? He's got no teammates.
I say that because it's a crapshoot, brother.
It is a crapshoot.
Super speedways are crapshoots. Nothing makes sense at a super speedway. Nothing.
So Harcum could win this race.
Anybody could win this race.
That's true.
There's no rhyme nor reason to why anybody would or would not be able to win this race. It's just one of those.
I know one guy is a sitting duck, and that is Brackett right now down there all by himself. He got a big run. Jumped out to about 5 car lengths, and now that outside line with Benson getting a big push. And he will jump around that 38 car. So Benson now solely by himself. And I think he needs. Whoa! Look at this!
Oh,
Whoa!
my goodness!
Almost. Oh, my God. Nick, I almost had a heart attack.
You and me both.
I thought for sure that 93 was going to cause a major one. I thought Kinsey was going to cause the last major calamity and take the whole field with him. He wants to lead, and he's coming. He's got the 53 right behind him. Delilah giving him a big shove. And there's that Applin car. You were talking about the Applin car.
I'm telling you, I think he's got a shot. I think the one's got a shot. He's been quick all night. He's in the right spot, sitting on the outside lane. He's moving the right direction. I think he's got a shot, brother.
Dusty Applin. That is Nick's his pick for the win. We'll see if that one can do it. 13 laps remaining here at Talladega. You see Murray all by himself back there, the back of the pack, trying to make some moves, even though he's a few laps down. 12 laps remain. Oh, we're going to watch
Lots of movement.
Yeah, we're going to watch him wind down with all this movement going around. We'll let you watch him go around the track here for a second.
Lots of movement on this track. That 13, 14 mile an hour wind is really playing havoc on these cars.
Yeah,
it's not making anything easy.
And you almost see that one you're talking about. He's almost looking for another line.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dusty is going to be the guy to go to that third lane and make it work. Or he's going to take that car straight to the middle and go up the middle at some point here. We got 11 to go. There's a lot of time to make this move. You don't have to make it now. You can be calm. You can be precise. You can be smart about it. And I really think that's what's going to end up happening.
I think Sanchez may be the guy to watch out for. As you see him looking around quite a bit as well as the same way Applin is. Maybe he will tune up or actually, Joe's got, the 49 and the 93. So the 93 is his teammate. So his teammate is within striking distance of him.
He is. There's a lot of opportunity here to help guys out, help friends out, work with each other here. I think once we get down to 3 or 4 to go, it's every man for himself. It's if you have an opportunity to win this race, you're taking it. You're not letting somebody else do it. You're not letting somebody else take it away from you. It's your opportunity. It's going to be yours. And I think that's what's going to happen here as we come to 9 to go this time by when we come around the start-finish line. You see these guys starting to get a little bit of antsy, a little bit of squirrely, going up and down, trying to find a lane to move to. And I really think that guy who's going to move first is going to be the 1 and the 55. I think they're going to try to move together.
Yeah, I believe you're right about
that.
that.
They've been together a lot tonight. And I think we're going to see it again. I think you're going to see those two try to just stay together and do everything that they can together to make a move.
So when is this move going to happen?
I would say 5 to go.
5. I was thinking maybe 2, but 5 would be.
I think. Well, the third line is starting to form on that outside. You see it now. I mean, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see that third line form on the outside there.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be an opportunity. Once that line gets here, if that line gets to the 55 and the 1, it'll be interesting to see if those two decide to move because there are 4 cars up there in it. There are 4 pretty quick cars, 4 pretty consistent drivers that are up there right now. Oh, they're going to wreck. Here it comes. Wrecking in the middle of the pack. 3, 4 cars around. The caution is out, and it's going to change everything. 8 to go, probably 6 to go when we get the green flag. It's going to change a lot of things. This is going to change the way the race is going to come down, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the moves are going to be made quicker than what we were anticipating. Pace car is going to slide up in front of these guys. Well, let's take our last commercial break, and then we'll come back.
You want to take a commercial break? All right.
Yeah, let's take our last commercial break, and we'll come back.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out, and I'm going to show you. Hey, Mom, look what I learned.
Right? Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically, you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
All right, back after the 7th caution. We are in lap, we're actually 7 laps from the end of the race tonight here in the TNR series in the Ghost Fire Media Network. Randy Pepper alongside Nick Adams. We're going to wind this one down here shortly. We'll see who's going to come up being the winner tonight. We were thinking Applin was going to be the guy, him and
He's
Sanchez.
in 7th now. I'm not going to count him out. We have 7 to go. It's Talladega. I'm not going to count anybody out. It's you can't count.
I think we still got one more. I think we got one more caution. I really think we got one.
I don't think it's going to be a caution, Randy. I think it's going to be calamity.
Oh, okay. Well, I think a Pier 6 is going to break out after this one.
A Pier 6er? I think it's going to be worse than a Pier 6er. I think people are going to start punching each other in the parking lot. You cost me my win!
Yeah, definitely. You realize these Xfinity cars cost pretty much the same thing as what a Cup car costs to run.
I think these might be more expensive.
Well, at this point, they may be now, but generally, they've always been pretty much the same to run. Yet they have nowhere near the amount of attention focused on them. By what I mean is, generally on a Saturday afternoon at the track, you might see between 3,000 and 5,000 people watching these races. Opposed to a Cup race, you'd have 45 to 75,000 people watching. Yet, these cars cost just as much to run, and a lot of them don't have the sponsors. They don't have the sponsors putting the money in them. And it's a shame because these cars actually have some of the best racing in NASCAR right now, to me, compared to like the Cup car.
I think the Xfinity cars are on a level much, much higher. The racing is on a different level compared to the Cup cars. I think you are correct.
Yeah. I think it takes probably more talent to drive these cars. And, they get into Cup cars and they say the learning curve to run the Cup car is almost, maybe because now you're driving a car that's almost like driving autopilot sometimes. Not on all the tracks, but some of the tracks. Six laps left. I think once we come back, there will be 5 laps to go. 5 more times around the Talladega International Speedway. Talladega Superspeedway. Superspeedway. Are you ready for this, Nick? Are you ready?
Never ready for it.
You ready for the wreck?
I guess.
We know it's coming. We know it's coming, folks. We hate to say it, but we know it's coming. We just know there's going to be something. If nothing happens these last 5 laps, it will be amazing. Not that there's an E in front of amazing, but there is amazing because it's e-sports. Here they go. Headed to the stripe for the last time, hopefully. We're crossing our toes. And green flag is out. And that outside line got a really good jump. Look at that.
Yeah, they really did. That was nuts. I didn't expect that.
No, I did not either. I haven't seen that in a while. That outside line actually got the better of the jumps. Benson, they caught Benson sleeping. And Benson says, the heck with that, I'm jumping out here. And they're going to make him 3 wide. Down the back straightaway, 3 wide. Benson being the meat in the middle. That outside line with the 79 and the 28 Harcum. Giving the 79 and Denson a big shove. And they're already looking to make that 3 wide. Ooh. Brackett came up and touched the side of Benson's car. Or not Benson's car, but Denson's car. Benson. And that's what we got right now. Denson and Benson. For the people. Another law firm. Come off of turn number 2, side by side.
I hate you.
You got Sanchez on the outside there. Sanchez trying to make something happen, but it looked like Harcum came up there and stopped the momentum. 4 laps remain. Where's your boy, Applin? Where is he?
He's back in 9th.
And he's to the bottom of the track of a 3-wide battle back there. Denson and Benson. And they're getting nearly 4 wide. Here comes Sanchez at outside line, and Denson goes up to stop the momentum. But it did not stop the momentum of that freight train of the 55, and we got caution out. Trouble somewhere.
See if we can figure out what happened here. Just a caution came out. No triggers on why it came out. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what happened.
Oh, Benson's got to be livid right now. So this is going to probably set up a green-white checker.
I would assume so.
Yes. Sorry. So hopefully once they catch the pace car, we'll figure out how the lineup is stacking up. Will anyone pit? Does anybody need?
Maybe they pit.
Not that tires are going to make that much of a difference.
No, that's the thing, right? Tires don't make a huge difference for Talladega. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if people do. I mean, I personally wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't unless I'm low in fuel. I don't think anybody's low in fuel right now. I mean, when did Benson pit? Last time. Was it lap 50?
66.
66. Yeah. He should have enough. Should have plenty. So probably we won't see anyone pit. Because we know it's not that much of an advantage to get new tires. It's not like it's Atlanta or, well, actually not even Atlanta anymore. Charlotte, Atlanta. Or not Atlanta, but Texas or somewhere like that. Where tires will make a difference. We should have racing next week. We got racing here once again on the Ghostfire Media Network. And then I believe we have Christmas coming up that week.
My God.
Are we off that week?
We're off for Christmas. I know that. I just don't know if it's Christmas in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't remember. Let me check.
I got it. No. We have Christmas we have next week, and then the 20th will be the following Tuesday.
So we have next week, which is Watkins Glen, and then we have Darlington after that, and then we have our winter break, and then we come back the first week of the year and the 3rd at Bristol.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited for that. Pretty excited for Bristol.
Bristol would be fun.
I like Bristol. Bristol's cool.
Yes.
Bristol's a very nice track.
Very nice. Very evil.
Did you say very nice, very evil?
Yes.
Bristol's a nice track. I don't think Bristol's evil.
It can't be. Just ask Terry Labonte. He was evil that night that Dale decided to wreck him. Even though he won. car was tore up. All right, see if the pace car turns its lights out this time around. Hopefully we will stack them up and go back to green flag racing and try to settle this thing tonight. I wonder if Benson is going to be able to do that jump that he did last time.
There's a possibility.
I don't know if he's going to catch Brackett sleeping again.
Probably not. I would
Brackett.
think not this time.
Although, Brackett may, this time may actually get on a little harder than the last time. Even sooner. I mean, he might make him jump. Over-anticipated. Yeah. Maybe over-anticipating. And then he would be the sitting duck. We'll see. We will see. Just a few turns more, and we will see who's going to win tonight. Your boy Applin back there.
He's all the way back in 10th.
10th.
It's not impossible. It's definitely not.
Especially if these guys wreck.
Talladega is one of those tracks where anything can and will happen, but
I'm still thinking that 55 Sanchez is going to be the man. Mr. Joe is going to come up there and steal this thing. But we'll see. Pace car pulls him off of turn number 4. Car will pull down to the bottom under the yellow line and back to pit lane. Here we go, green flag racing. Hopefully for the last time tonight. They are stacked up side by side, 2 by 2. Benson on the outside and Brackett down on the inside. Here they come. Green flag is in the air, and it is dropped, and here we go. And once again, Benson gets a tremendous start. This time not quite as good as last time, but it's still good enough for him to put himself out front and run whatever line he wants to run. He stays up high. He chooses to run that outside line. Now he will pull it down to the bottom in front of Brackett. And that outside line, the third line, is coming alive.
that third lane is coming alive. Here it comes down the backstretch. Everybody sliding all over the place. Applin getting moved around back there. Applin was sideways in the middle of the backstretch. He's straight again. They touch in turns 3 and 4. There's some contact. Cars up into the fence. There's cars in the wall. We're still green. We're still green. We're coming to the white flag out of turn 4.
Here they come. To the white flag they come. Benson down to the bottom. They are still 3 wide.
The next one will end it.
On back.
The next one will end it. Look at this catastrophic event waiting to happen in the middle of the pack. The 38 being pushed by the 42. The 55 of Joe Sanchez giving the Chris Bishop car a shot. Down the backstretch, here comes the third lane. Bishop goes to the outside. Correction, Sanchez goes to the outside. Alpin jumps to the bottom line. We have a battle for the lead now. Kyle Benson tries to block Phelps. They're going to be side by side into 2 or 3 to 3. They're 3 wide for second. They're wrecking behind them. Big crash. Big crash. The whole field is wrecking behind them. 4 cars got through it. Coming to the start-finish line. Through the tri-oval. The checkered flag's going to go to Kyle Benson. It's going to be a 3-way battle for second at the line. Oh, my God, who got it?
I think Phelps got second.
Wow. Absolutely fantastic finish. What happened down the backstretch? What happened in the 3 and 4? The entire field just decided to go haywire and wreck each other. Look at this. Look at this behind him. Look at that. It's every single person. We got cars over on their roof into the car catch fence. Dusty Applin was involved, but look at this battle coming to the start-finish line. For second between the 93 and the 11, and the 11 just barely gets him at the line.
He got him in line because the bracket car actually gave him a little bit of a shove there at the end.
Wow. Just wow. I can't believe it.
I'm surprised that, I'm actually surprised that it wasn't closer. I think if they had stayed together, and not wrecked it, it might have been a different story. Phelps might have won that race. Who knows? Maybe Sanchez might have caught up there because he was working that outside line until everything happened there. But I have to bring the winners and.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the winner. I don't see him in the Discord. I don't think he's in a.
I don't think he's in here.
There he is.
You found him?
Yep. We're going to pull the winner of this evening's event. Kyle Benson. Kyle, it's Nick and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, buddy.
How was it out there tonight? It's a heck of a win. Congratulations.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Racing with some of the boys tonight, man. I had a lot of fun. I didn't know I was gonna win tonight, but here I am in victory circle with a winning car. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun though. Those last 5 laps had me, on my seat. I was really hoping to go my way, and finally did, man. And now we're here talking. So I'm having a great time, man.
You got a couple really, really good restarts there, especially like not the last one, but the one before that one. You really jumped way out in front. This last one was good enough to get you out in front, and I wasn't so sure that you were not going to stay that outside line. It looked like you might have just chosen to stay the outside line before you pulled it down. How'd you get those restarts?
Just working with a teammate, man, knowing where we were going to restart. Working with Chris, just it helped getting those restarts down. And, restarts definitely key coming to these last 5, those green, right checkers and coming into these restart zones. And really just getting a key restart is more kind of wins you the race more like 9 times out of 10. And, really got lucky the last 2 and, happy it worked out, man. It just kind of clicks, man. I'm good on restarts. I can restart good in the lead. So which is a good thing and it could be a bad thing.
Yeah, it definitely can be a bad thing if you get too far out there and they all team up and catch you. But luckily for you, they didn't catch you, and you actually end up winning the race tonight here at Talladega. Congratulations on a win tonight here on the Ghostfire Media Network.
I appreciate it, man.
So Nick, anything else?
No, I am all set, sir.
Okay.
Congratulations, Kyle. It was nice speaking with you. We'll talk with you maybe again next week. Who knows?
Yeah, let's find out, man. I just want to shout out TJ's team. It's a good cause for pediatric cancer. They're doing great stuff outside of the sim world, and hopefully I get to see a lot more this year. So other than that, man, had a good night, man. Appreciate talking to you all.
Congratulations again.
I appreciate it.
All right, we'll pull up our second place finisher, Scott Feltz. Scott, it's Nick and Randy in the booth. How you got a copy?
Oh yeah, I got you guys.
Oh, congratulations on that second place finish out there tonight. A heck of a showing for you out there.
Oh, absolutely. You guys saw me out there? Man, I was scared for my life, but having a blast.
It almost looked like you, if those other cars behind you, you might have had a better finish because you had a really good run going there.
Absolutely. The first thing out of my mouth was my help just wrecked. I had nothing. I was hung out to dry. I was banking 100% on that plan, and they're gone. That was all she wrote.
It definitely looked that way. When you popped up there, I was like, well, Phelps might win this thing.
That's
but
what
then
I
they
was
wrecked. Yeah, when they wrecked, I was like, you ain't going to win now.
No, it was over.
Randy,
Well,
don't be a negative
congratulations on
Nancy.
second place, though.
Oh yeah, no, second feels good. I'm tired of it. I think I got second last week. Second's good, but it's only close, and close only counts in horseshoes and grenades, as we all know.
That's right. That's what I say too. Nick, anything?
No, I don't got anything for you. Congratulations on a well-earned second place finish, Scott. We'll speak with you next week, maybe.
Nah, I appreciate it. You probably will, and guess where I'll be? Right
Second?
there in second again. Yep.
I can already tell this is going to be fun.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Scott. Have a good week.
Yeah, you guys do the same.
See ya.
That's perennial second place finisher, Scott Feltz. And
2 weeks in a
now
row.
my favorite paint scheme in the entire field is here. Cody Kinsey with a third place finish. Cody, first and foremost, please tell me that's supposed to be Ken Schrader's car.
Ken Schrader.
Looks like Ken
It's a-
Schrader's car.
It's a Dave Blaney throwback.
I was gonna say that's Dave
Ugh.
Blaney, actually, dude.
No,
was gonna say,
Ken
you kept
Schrader
saying
drove that car.
But Dave Blaney drove it longer.
Yeah, but Ken Schrader drove it first.
Well,
They're both the man.
I think.
I'll tell
Now
you
I have
really
to
quick.
do
Really quick, Ken Schrader story. I asked Ken. I said, "Ken, can I ask you some questions?" He said, "You got from here to that coach right there," and it's like we were like probably 6 steps before the door of the coach, and so my question went out the door. I never got it.
Ah,
So, anyways, congratulations on a third place finish, man. You had a good run tonight.
yeah, we had a little fun and damage. I don't think it was strong enough to stay up front and be able to carry a line, but we could push.
Yeah,
Well, it
you
was
did
fun.
push quite a bit. Yeah. Did you have a little damage on the car?
I did. I had a fast repair in the bank, but with 2 to go, green white checkers, I wasn't coming in.
Hmm. Yeah, Nick said he thought he saw a little bit of damage on the car. So you were correct, Nick. You did see it.
I guess I for the first time in the history of Ghost Fire Media, I will admit I'm incorrect. Ken Schrader never drove the 93.
Oh.
I really thought he did.
You boys been smoking in here, haven't
For
you?
the first time ever in the history of this broadcasting company, I'm incorrect when it comes to NASCAR history.
Wow.
That's not something that happens very often.
No, it doesn't happen very often, but it did happen tonight. So Cody, you can say that he
Yeah, you
he
stumped
made a
me.
mistake.
Yeah,
You stumped him.
You stumped
Damn.
me.
He likes your paint scheme though,
Oh,
Cody.
I love that paint scheme. Amico is an amazing paint scheme.
I like it. It looks good. Thank you.
So you got third.
It's a good point today.
Okay, good.
I thought about going up and Doran Feltz there, try to get second, but third's good.
You got pretty close though. I mean, it was like you guys were definitely close there at the very end, but it ended up more being a push than a takeout. So
Yeah.
So congratulations on third place. And anybody you want to thank tonight?
Drinker Bros Racing, Aqua Paul's, Negas Paint Shop, Drinker Bros Racing. You guys for broadcasting this, and TNR.
All right. Well, that pretty much covers it. So congratulations once again on a third place podium finish tonight here at Talladega, and we will see you next week.
Y'all
And you have a good week.
Thank you, Cody.
have a good one.
Mhm.
All right, that was Cody Kinsey, third place finisher of the evening tonight. Me and Randy Pepper, as you can tell, we were a little tired, a little off our game.
Yeah, just a little bit.
The official results for the evening tonight are going to be read by Randy Pepper as he reads them on a 2x4 monitor.
No, I do not have that. I do not
Kyle
have a
Benson
monitor.
is your winner. Scott Feltz in second, Cody Kinsey third, David Brackett fourth, Kevin Delia in fifth, Jacob Denson sixth, Dusty Applin seventh, James Kunkel in eighth, Michael Newbra in ninth, Brandon Banks in 10th, Jeremy Gibbs in 11th, Eric Schaefer 12th, Joe Sanchez 13th, 14th Austin Reedy, 15th Jason Hastings, 16th Charlie Harcum, 17th Brady Cox, 18th Ray Rogers, as Randy would call him Roy Rogers, back in 19th Kip Easley, 20th Richard Swaverly, 21st Tyler Murray, 22nd 22nd, Wyatt Brackett. 23rd, Eric Stewart. 24th, Chris Bishop. 25th, Dylan Hastings. 26th, Tony Gibbett. 27th, Stephen Ayers. 28th, Dana Shepard. 29th, Ken MacArthur. 30th is going to be Casey Soch. 31st, Jeremy Banner. 32nd, Matt Grenier. 33rd, Jesse Prees. And rounding out the field in 34th will be Zach Wilson. Well, normally I have Randy do this, but I want to get the heck out of here. So from everybody here at the Ghostfire Media Network, we want to thank everybody here at TNR for coming out, all you guys for viewing tonight and every single week. And we'll see you next Tuesday here for Watkins Glen. And you know what? Me and Randy, we're going to bed. We're tired. We're getting on a plane. We're going back home. Talladega was fantastic. We love every single one of you. And so long.
Cowboy.
Oh, my God. So long from the Sunshine State.
Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.